don't have time or struggling to find the right property in real estate, let me introduce you to the Gold Coast's best buyer's agent. Hi everyone, Ray here from Switch Finance, and take great pleasure in introducing Jack Littlejohn from the Srama Group. G'day Jack.
Hey Ray, how are you?
Good mate, thanks for joining us.
No worries at all.
Now Jack, as I said, in my opinion, is Gold Coast's best buyer's agent. So what is a buyer's agent, Jack?
Great question, Ray. We're effectively the opposite of a real estate agent. So a real estate agent obviously aligned and working for the seller. We're sort of aligned and working for the buyer.
So I know how a real estate agent gets paid. They charge commission to the vendor. How do you guys get paid?
So we're effectively the same, but just in reverse for the buyer. Yeah, so the buyer pays us once they're successful in finding the property.
And is that a percentage or is it a flat fee? How does it work?
Generally a percentage, yeah.
Okay. So who is the Scrama Group? That's a hard word to say, by the way. Srama. Have I said that right, Jack?
Yeah.
So
Srama,
who is the Srama Group?
Polish name.
It's a Polish name,
Yeah.
okay. So when were they founded and who's brainchild of that one?
Yeah, so it's been in operation for about 3 years. Matt Srama is the founder. He comes from a sort of a footy background, played professional football, and he transitioned into real estate initially as a sales agent.
Yeah.
And he's just saw a bit of a gap in the Gold Coast market, effectively.
I've been in the game a long time in the Gold Coast, and a few years ago you never heard of buyers agents on the Goldie. Certainly in Melbourne and Sydney they're quite dominant, but yeah, it must have been a hard swing to get people to take buyers agents on board and think, I'm going to pay someone to help find a property. That would have been a bit of a swing, wouldn't it?
Definitely, and I think even now some people are still coming to grips, and we're always sort of explaining exactly what we do, but lots of people are seeing really good value in it at the moment, which is great.
Well, you guys are flat out, so must be doing something right. What's the methodology in finding properties? So what do you guys do differently to what people can get from a real estate agent? What's the point of difference, I suppose?
Great question. I guess if you're sort of working in with a real estate agent, they're effectively going to be just showing you the properties either they've got listed or the properties within their office.
Yep.
Whereas with us, we're sort of not aligned with any one particular real estate company. We've got basically a pick of all agencies on the Gold Coast, and we're not just sourcing online properties as well. So your general buyers obviously looking on realestate.com and Domain, probably getting most of their properties through there. We're sort of getting a lot of access to pre-market opportunities with all different agencies on the Gold Coast. So we get invited to a lot of photo shoots before they come online.
So you get access to properties that aren't traditionally on the market?
Yeah, that as well. So the pre-market's normally ones that are just about to come on in the next few weeks. They might be tidying up sort of thing, which gives our sort of buyers we're working with a bit of a head start on the competition.
That's always good.
Yeah, definitely. And then the off-market as well. So we're sort of sitting at a pretty high percentage, looking around that sort of 65% done off-market.
So these are people that actually had no intention of selling their home.
Yeah, correct. There's a few different reasons, I guess, for why people go off market. But yeah, definitely it's, some people really like it, privacy. And it's great for us to get the access to those for our clients.
So would you take calls from people selling their home as well as people buying?
Sometimes we do get some vendor direct ones, calling us directly and asking, if they're sort of, we've got any buyers for it.
On their, that they're looking for their type of property. Any tips out there for people, I suppose, struggling to find what they're looking for or getting it at the right price? Have you got any tips for people out there?
I think one thing to be sharp is always look at that finance piece first, make sure you're sorted in that regard.
Was that a plug for us? No, but that is important. That is important. There's no use putting a contract on 100%. Something if you're not going to be able to achieve that level of funding. Yeah, good point. I didn't even think of that. I'm in finance, so well done. And have you noticed a market change in the market since the rates have been going up? Has that done anything to the marketplace?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're sort of noticing some sort of changes, but at the same time, it's probably a bit of a hard one to gauge at the moment. But certainly some strong buying results
the
out
Gold
there.
Coast is a very buoyant market. So it's probably not going to soften a lot. There are going to be other areas that do a lot worse, I suppose. But yeah, it is a very competitive market because properties are held quite tightly, especially in locations that are very popular, like your southern end of the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So just to finish up, Jack, in a nutshell, I suppose, how would you sum up the buyer's agent and what they can do for people? Because obviously, it's still very young on the Gold Coast, buyers agents, and if you can give us a bit of an analogy on I suppose, what you guys do for people might help.
Great question. At the moment, I would say probably the majority of buyers looking on your realestate.com domain probably are sort of fishing with a rod out there. And I think obviously partnering potentially with us, you'll be fishing with a big net.
Okay.
Lots more to see. Those pre-market, off-market opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose the other important thing is time. Time is the most expensive commodity in the world. So you save people a lot of time because that house hunting, well, some people find it really enjoyable. It is time consuming. If you're busy, working hard and you want a bit of time with your family on the weekends instead of going from one open house to the other, you can actually find exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah.
They go and look at it and hopefully that's the deal done. But no, thanks for your time,
No, I really
Jack.
appreciate it.
Mate, I wish you all the very best and I know you'll do really well.
Yeah, thank you.
Good on you. Cheers, guys.